Every night, you charge your phone. But how many times do you charge yourself? You see, self-care is a priority, not luxury. And the reason why self-care is so important is because if you look back over your life, there is only one person who's always been there. There is one person who's woken up and gone to bed with you every goddamn day of your life. There is only one person who has gone through everything with you, the good and the bad days. There was only one person there every single time you've been crying, doubting whether there was a way out, and every time you thought your world was ending. That person has been there every day of your life, and it's your responsibility to protect, honor, and look after this person, because this person is going to stick around your entire life, no matter what happens. And that person is you. And real self-care can be bought. It isn't just a holiday or a trip to a fancy spa. The real self-care is a sequence of tough decisions. It's about having those difficult conversations, about setting up boundaries and coming up for yourself. It's about being more disciplined to walk away from toxic people and to put your own happiness above everything else. And believe me, self-care can be hard and lonely. It's about being honest with yourself, especially when it's hard to admit. Self-care is taking the time to reflect on your challenges and their emotions. Because you can be heartbroken if you've never felt love. You will never know failure if you don't know what victory feels like. And you'll never know sadness if you never felt happiness. And self-care means letting go of the past and focus on the future, your future. Because you'll never become happy in the same place and with the same toxic people who made you lose your happiness in the first place. So please, let's look into the future, because nobody ever moved forward while looking backwards. And putting yourself first will let people down. But your mental health is more important than your career, money, and other people's opinions combined. If taking care of yourself means letting people down, please let them down. And sometimes it's more than just letting down, because the hardest thing I had to learn is that self-care requires letting go of relationships, choices, and habits that are familiar but don't serve you anymore. Letting go of important people, people that mean the world to you, but are holding you down. Believe me, it will transform your life like you've never seen before. And I keep reminding myself that in the end, it's all gonna be worth it. And it goes way beyond the people you surround yourself with. It's what we consume, who we follow, and what we listen to that influences our life. Limit your exposure to toxic people, information, and environment. This means learning to say no. This means being fine with being on your own. Remember that the quality of your life is based on your relationships, not quantity, but quality. And please never forget to never set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. Self-care is about setting your boundaries and prioritizing your peace, because your mental health is so much more important than pretending to be okay for others. One of the most eye-opening things I've ever learned was that people can't see you if you're hidden. And wearing a mask gets heavy, so put it down and start being you. Even when people don't support your boundaries, it's your responsibility to choose to do what's healthy for you. And for everybody out there who's afraid to lose friends and relationships when standing up for themselves, never apologize for saying how you feel. It's like saying sorry for being real. I'm here to remind you that you'll never lose real friends and real relationships when protecting your boundaries. Because if those people can't respect them, they shouldn't be in your life in the first place. The thing is, whenever you lose someone when taking a stand for yourself, it means you've gained something. Boundaries are more than just knowing who and what enlightens your life and what doesn't. It's about taking responsibility for your own emotions and actions instead of waiting for someone else to take them for you. And boundaries are different from walls, because walls communicate fear and rejection. They prevent you from getting hurt based on past pain, but they also prevent you from creating deep, meaningful connections with people that truly matter. And boundaries are the last line in the sand of what once was a wall. It's the result of you being healed from this past pain, but learned along the process. And it's not always easy to put yourself first, but that is what true self-care really means. So choose yourself first every single time. So despite what the world might try to tell you, it's never selfish to put yourself first. Because we might believe that neglecting ourselves to care for others is an act of love. But most of the time it comes from a place of emptiness, and we try to fill this void on the inside with expectations of love from the outside. So I've learned that true caring never starts with other people. It all starts with caring for ourselves first. Because the way we treat others is based on the way we treat ourselves. So please, let this be the moment when you choose to put yourself first. And maybe the strongest thing I learned about self-care is being okay with not being okay. Because it's easy to put yourself down, but really working on yourself on a daily basis and accepting that not every day will be perfect and being okay with it, it's not weak, it's goddamn strong. So take your time, work on yourself first, and come back stronger. Because if we see someone drowning, we want to help them, right? But if we go in too soon, when we're not strong enough ourselves, it's likely that we're going to drown with them. So never forget that you can't pour from an empty cup. So take care of your own cup first. You've got one life. Go take it. It's yours.